Hi Scorpio, thanks for watching. Right, 3 card tarot for Scorpio in this very video, and we'll do some more cards, we'll get some more significance going as well. Different background to usual. Well, the tree one needs washing every now and again, and I must admit I could wash it more often than I do. Alright, we've got a significator already. Knight of Swords there, okay. And now then, this is telling us about logic, fact, truth, justice. That's what this character is about. This character will help us provided that we are genuine. So, and I don't mean to accuse people of being liars, I just mean genuinely in ourselves, you know, being ourselves. Because ourselves is what we were made to be. There's no getting away from it. If life is nothing like what you want it to be, then there's plenty of getting away from that. That's just a matter of evolving and keeping going. And moving this light down out of shot for one thing, that'd be quite a good thing to do. Okay, lightens up a dark corner though, and that's what I hope this tarot reading is going to do for you guys, Scorpio. Okay, so I'm asking for 3 cards please for the sign of Scorpio for the last week of May 2019. 3 cards please for Scorpio. Okay, and here we go. So 1, 2 and 3. Right. Oh, now then. I must get a bigger table. I've been saying it I've been saying it for months actually, so I'm going to have to actually do it. First card, 2 of Cups, and it is reversed. It's inverted there, upside down. Now, when it's the right way up, it's about an intense long-term relationship. This could be a love relationship, but equally could be a business relationship, a relationship with some new thing you find that you love doing. But basically, it's a new relationship, and in that sense, a new lease of life. And it's on its head, it's upside down, it's inverted, it's reversed in this reading because as the very first card, it's showing us where things could be improved. And many of the cards are actually about that. That's really what the whole spread is about. But this is where we're at the moment, Scorpio. Very difficult to kind of release, I feel, from old patterns and go forward into new patterns. Because a new relationship, and this could be work, a hobby, anything, whatever it is, something that's really important that comes in new. It takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of work. And the only thing to do really is keep going and be aware of the potential, you know, in a thing, because there's a kind of spark that brings people together, that brings ideas together, that brings people and ideas together, that gets things happening. Basically, that spark is a very exciting thing to find. It's very uplifting indeed, and so try and look on the positive side of that, Scorpions. That's the first thing we've got that's come up today. And you know, whether it's love or whether it's platonic, it's looking intensely good in terms of being a change, a positive change in life. So whatever you do, try not to block it. I'm not saying you are blocking it. I'm saying that something has got that turned over on its head. Anyway, let's keep going with the reading and see if we can find out what that something is. First, a quick drink of Earl Grey. I do like it. My lapis blue coloured mug today that I got from a charity shop. And the second card in the spread, the 6 of Cups there. Okay, lots of potential when cups are around. This is about asking questions though. I mean, are you kind of stuck in a romantic, nostalgic view of the past? Well, you can't have a nostalgic view of the future, can you? But are you living in the past to a certain extent? I think we all do actually. I think, you know, it's part of going forward in life is to be able to stand on the shoulders of the people who went before and the things that went before. But it's possible to get stuck in that, and you can sort of end up with blindingly eluded. That's a long way of putting it, isn't it? But you know, you can kind of get new ideas coming in and you just become blind to them because the past is so important to hang on to. And it's, you know, it's not really about hanging on to the past. It's about keeping the lessons and the love and allowing yourself to move forward into the future, because the future's what's coming. That's the thing that's worth watching. When I was learning to drive, my driving instructor used to tell me, I was like looking in mirrors and out the back, and so he'd say, look out the front mostly because that's where the danger is. And you know, driving, it's about looking out for danger a lot of the times. This isn't about danger that I'm talking about here. This is just about keeping looking forward. Keeping looking up really is always a good thing. Excuse me, but this card is very much about keeping on, looking forward. There's a lot of individuality that can come out when we see this card. Okay, so that goes hand in hand with the idea of the new relationship coming in, which we had with the Two of Cups there. Okay, so ever onwards, upwards, and moving forward, we come to the Ten of Cups. Okay, and there is a huge amount of joy in this. Sometimes it indicates legal goings on, okay? Now, this is fluid energy, guys. I can't promise that it definitely means one thing or another thing, because there are so many different people watching this. You know, there are absolutely no guarantees in that sense. But what we are seeing here is joy, and this is the last card of the reading, so really this is where the last week in May is taking us, we hope, Scorpios, okay? But we've got to be open to it, yeah? Joy, it's kind of a happy ever after situation here in this card, and as we know, happy ever after, that's a bit of a fairy story, isn't it? But it's a happy place to be, because it's kind of setting you up to go forward and to cope with all the changes of life, with various things consolidated, various things. It, you know, could be different things for different people, but basically it's joy, and it's finding a new path, really. And that's not really surprising, because if we're going to go along with this new relationship and we're not going to be stuck in the past, then we are going to find ourselves on a new path. And we should remember that a new path is going to bring new action, okay? Life is change. I'm always saying it. I'm always saying a lot of things, actually, but life is really change, particularly when this card comes up. But let's not forget the significator here, okay? What we got? The Knight of Swords. He will help if you're genuine. So try and be in a genuine place in your heart, okay? That's what we're saying here. Being yourself is important. You were made to be you. I was made to be me. And here we are on YouTube in the midst of life. Right, okay. Now then, what we're going to do now is find my deck. That's what I'm looking for. Here we go. I'm using Tarot in Wonderland, by the way. It's based on the Alice in Wonderland books. Well, Alice in Wonderland and Alice Through the Looking Glass. And I feel a connection to it because the grinning Cheshire Cat in these books was inspired by a lion, a stuffed lion, in a museum in the town where I grew up, which was Sunderland in the north of England. And can never remember if it was C.S. Lewis or Lewis Carroll, but whoever wrote these books anyway, I think took rather a lot of opium, because it was those days. And I went round the Museum of Sunderland and saw this lion. Anyway, I digress. I am asking, please, for more clarity for the Two of Cups card, which we had inverted at the beginning of the reading for Scorpio, please. Okay, and here we have it. And it's the High Priestess card. The High Priestess. Now, this is a wonderful card because this shows that it's about new beginnings, and this is playing into the Two of Cups reversed, and this is what we're being asked to go forward with, Scorpio. This is about letting things into your life to a certain extent, but more than anything, taking your life forward into new pastures, because there's a shift coming when we get this card. And it's a learning cycle, you see. Alice here, she's being allowed in. She's actually being allowed in. Although she's climbed up to the window, she's actually being invited in and allowed in. And who knows what's in there, but loads of jam tarts for one thing. And it looks very positive. And as childish as that sounds, this is about Alice's journey into womanhood. And the journey of the soul into ever-increasing stages of learning and wisdom that the human soul comes into as we're going along. So I'm going to ask for another card, just have a little bit more information about that Two of Cups, please, for Scorpio for the last week of May 2019. And here we have it. Okay. Now I'm going to keep them on my lap. It's the best place, I think. Right. And that card is the Page of Swords. Here he is. He's young, he's logical. And he's about solving problems. And this is someone who's going to be coming in. It's always fluid energy. I'm always kind of saying that because these things can be different for everybody. So many people watch these videos. I am blessed and grateful and delighted for that. But this could mean a lot of different things. But it really is showing that someone is coming in who's either young or has got a new attitude, a new pair of eyes, a new vision of things. I've had cats all my life, and when a cat gets very old and kind of bored and just sleeps all day, if you happen to get a new kitten around that time, that old cat will come back to life, okay? So there's a new kitten coming in to work with your old cat, the old cat of your psyche, and get you elevated and on your way, Scorpio. Okay. Let's keep going with that theme, okay. And the next card, of course, was the Six of Cups there. The risk of a blinding illusion, and really the need to be personally, to be authentic and genuine in yourself, which does keep coming up. Okay, now what is the heart of the matter here, please? Let me have some more clarity about that Six of Cups. Oh, right, here we go. It's the Mock Turtle, and it's the Four of Cups. Now, the Mock Turtle is very, very sad. And when Alice asks why the Mock Turtle is sad, she is told that actually he's got nothing to be sad about. He's just convinced that everything is dreadful. Now, I'm oversimplifying things there, Scorpio, okay? But this is really showing us that it's worth taking a deep breath and moving forward. You know, don't do the hermit thing at the moment. That's not what this is about. You might feel like it because it has been a very intense time for Scorpio just lately. Actually, we've had a Scorpio moon. Scorpio new moon, I'm sorry, and it has been a very intense time, but intensity is not the same as dreadful. Okay, guys, so be prepared to start moving forward, because look, we've got a dolphin with a chalice in the background here. Very dark, this light setup I've got, I'm afraid. I'm going to try and fix that next week. I might even make a video of whatever I do to fix it, just to get another video in. It's always good, isn't it? Okay, but there is a cup here. Chalice, a cup. It's being held up by a dolphin. Great signs of freedom there. Great cleansing feeling from the waters rushing all around. Okay, so in terms of the Six of Cups, this is, you know, one of the problems of being nostalgic. I mean, nostalgia is a great thing, and it is so important to remember the lessons of the past. That's really where wisdom comes from most of the time, for human beings at least. But the Four of Cups there, you know, it's just not, whatever it is, it's not worth worrying about anymore. It's past. You don't need to really be concerned about it, to really be worried about it. If you do have problems on some big scale that are really stopping you getting anywhere, you know, be willing to really make a move and get something done. It's very rarely as painful as if it seems like it might be going to be. Okay, Scorpio, right, so I'm asking for a little bit more clarity on that. Okay, and here we are now. We've got the Four of Pentacles. Okay, and this is the Dormouse, and he's just stuck in the kettle, and people aren't being very nice to him, and there's not much he can do. So maybe Scorpio, that's one of the reasons why you're feeling, I wouldn't say sorry for yourself exactly, but over sorry about things. It's because things are stuck, and maybe people haven't been very nice, or maybe Scorpio, we've misunderstood people a bit, because that happens quite readily. It's a fact of life in terms of being a human being, really. Okay, let's move on then, and we'll go to the Ten of Cups, a card again which came up. Lots of joy here, actually. Lots of new action coming in, though, and where is it going to lead? Well, let's find out. Let me ask for some more detail, please, on the Ten of Cups. What's the meaning of the Ten of Cups for Scorpio in this reading for late May 2019? Okay, and Eight of Pentacles, here we go. This is a lot to do with reward. The Pentacles are often about hard work. They can be about money. They're always about magic. And there's always something about hard work here. And this has to do with hard work paying off, really. It's also an invitation to get your hands on, get your hands dirty, getting things done. Possibly getting a move on. If it doesn't feel anything like this, just start trying to do something. The last thing you succeeded at but couldn't keep going with. You know, relaunch an old project if that's what it takes. Think of a new project. Or maybe you already have thought of a new project, Scorpio. Okay, but this is the rewards of diligence and hard work. It's either coming to you, or if you keep up the hard work and you keep being authentic and being yourself, then this is what's coming to you. Also with this card, there's a sense of don't be afraid to make your mistakes, okay? Everybody makes mistakes. I learned to play church organ long ago, and sometimes I'd play in a great big service with hundreds of people there, and I'd be a bit nervous. And an old organist said to me one day, if you're going to make a mistake, just go ahead and make it and keep playing. which was great advice actually, because that's where it becomes nerve-wracking with a piece of music. As you're going through it and you seem to be on top of it, you sort of almost become aware that your fingers aren't going to be in the right place a few more notes down the line, and you know, it's much better to just, you know, get that one wrong and keep going. That really is how the professionals do it. Nobody never makes mistakes apart from some cathedral organists, not me. But yeah, most of us make mistakes from time to time, can't be helped. Okay, so let's have some more clarity, please, for that card. The Ten of Cups there, all the joy there, and all the possible things that might go with that joy. Another card about that one, please. And we've got another 8, actually. There's 2 8s, so we're really onto a kind of an infinity theme here. Quick drink of tea when it goes like that. Yeah. Theme of infinity, and it's the eight of swords here. Now, did anybody ever try to make Alice actually, you know, be bound up like that? It certainly doesn't appear in the stories, but it's a fact of life for many of us, and this is also often a reason behind stuck energy and not feeling we can get on and enjoy things. Basically, because it's a sword card, you've got to think your way out of this situation. That's what the swords are really all about. Thoughts, sometimes conflicting thoughts, agonising thoughts, but be prepared to face up to them. This card is so dark. Can you actually see that? Yeah, I think I can just about make it out there. It only shows us being that dark in the camera. It's a purple sky here, and it's raining a lot in this card, okay? So you've got to think outside the box, really, because this is like the box that we get stuck in times when misery is around us. I don't mean times when we are miserable, although it can be, but just times when misery is lapping around our feet and we want to be uplifted and be cheerful. So do be aware of that. Okay, so it's not really a straight road with the Ten of Cups there, but we have got those two number 8 cards that came up in support of it. So if your relationship is going really well, then you can start thinking in terms of infinity. No guarantees that these things work out, but sooner or later you've got to start thinking about it as something that can and will work out. Because if you visualise it, my friends, and if you believe it that way, then it certainly will. Okay, well, thank you very much again, Scorpio, for joining me. I'll be back with more videos as we go along. I'm having great difficulty getting things uploaded at the moment, but it's going reasonably smoothly. I think I got 7 on yesterday, and I'm hoping to get 3 or 4 on today if I possibly can. So much more to come. Please give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe and tap the bell. You can tap the bell if you want, but tap the bell to make sure you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment. We'll share the journey. Thanks again. Peace and goodbye.